The world is loud. Everyone is talking about what they're going to do, what they're planning to build, what they dream of achieving. But in the shadows, far from the noise, there are a few who say nothing and do everything. These are the ones the world calls overnight successes. But they weren't overnight. They were just silent. While others waited for the right time, they moved. While others posted about their goals, they chased them in silence. While others needed applause, they needed only commitment. That's the difference. Winners don't wait, they work in silence. Silence is their weapon, because silence removes pressure. It removes ego. It removes the need to prove anything to anyone. And in that silence, something powerful happens. They build. They grind when no one is clapping. They bleed when no one is watching. They keep going when no one even knows their name. Most people will never understand this. They think progress has to be public. They think success needs an audience. They think if no one sees it, it doesn't count. But winners know better. They know that real progress is invisible, that growth hides before it shines, that champions are built in the quiet hours when everyone else is sleeping or scrolling or doubting. Silence is where the noise fades and discipline takes over. It's where you stop performing and start becoming. It's where you stop chasing attention and start chasing excellence. And this is why winners don't announce what they're going to do, because they're too busy doing it. While the world debates, they decide. While the world waits, they work. And by the time the world notices, it's too late, because the work is already done. So if you feel unseen, if you feel like no one notices your effort, good. That's your advantage. That's your silence, your weapon. Because if you can master the silence, if you can grind without applause, if you can commit without validation, you will become unstoppable. Silence has a way of stripping everything down to the truth. No applause, no praise, no likes, no comments, no validation. Just you and the work. That's where winners live. In the quiet grind, where no one claps, where no one even notices what they're building yet. Most people can't survive there. They need noise to feel alive. They need attention to feel valuable. They want instant proof that their effort is working. But winners don't chase proof. They trust the process. They know that the results are slow, that progress is invisible for a long time, that success arrives disguised as silence. And that's what makes them dangerous, because silence builds discipline. When you train yourself to keep going with no feedback, you stop depending on motivation. You stop relying on emotions. You stop waiting to feel ready. Instead, you move because it's who you are. You work because it's what you do. You show up because you said you would, not because someone is watching. That's what separates winners. Their effort is not a performance. It's a lifestyle, a quiet, relentless routine repeated long enough to become unshakable. While the world waits for motivation, they've already finished the work. While others need encouragement, they've trained their minds to obey their purpose. Silence creates that kind of power, because silence forces you to rely on yourself. And once you learn to rely on yourself, you stop needing anyone else to push you. This is what most people will never understand. They think success is about talent or luck. But it's not. It's about self-control. It's about doing what needs to be done when no one is cheering and nothing is exciting. Silence sharpens you. It removes distractions. It cuts away the noise of comparison. It gives you room to focus on what actually matters, the work. And as you work, as the days stack on top of each other, as your discipline compounds, you start to transform. You don't see it at first, but one day you realize you've become someone different, stronger, sharper, focused. You don't crave attention anymore. You don't need validation anymore. You don't care if anyone notices, because you've already noticed you're not who you used to be. That's what silence gives you. Not noise, not hype, not popularity, power. And when the world finally sees your results, they'll call it sudden. They'll call it lucky. They'll never understand that it was built in silence while they were still waiting to feel ready. Momentum is a strange thing. It doesn't come from noise. It doesn't appear with applause. It's built quietly, through small, unseen actions repeated until they can't be stopped. And that's exactly what winners understand. They don't wait to be noticed. They don't wait to be inspired. They simply move again and again until motion becomes their nature. At first, it's slow. One tiny step, then another, then another. No big leaps, no fireworks, just silent, stubborn progress. This is the part most people skip, because it feels empty. It feels like nothing is happening, and their minds crave instant results. So they stop. They give up before the momentum has time to build. But winners stay. They keep stacking days like bricks, knowing each one strengthens the foundation of their future. They don't need excitement. They need progress, even if it's invisible. And this is the secret. Silent effort creates unstoppable momentum. Because every time you push through boredom, you teach your mind that commitment is not optional. Every time you push through exhaustion, you teach your body that discipline is stronger than feelings. And every time you push through doubt, you teach your soul something powerful. I can trust myself. That trust becomes fire. It grows slowly, quietly, until it starts burning through everything that used to stop you. You stop hesitating. You stop overthinking. You stop asking for permission. Instead, you move with certainty, not because the world believes in you, but because you do. This is where the shift happens. The old version of you depended on motivation. The new version depends on discipline. The old you waited for energy. The new you creates it. And once that shift happens, you become unstoppable. Because momentum doesn't ask how you feel. It doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if you're scared. It simply keeps pulling you forward as long as you keep taking steps. And soon, people start to notice. They see the changes. They see the consistency. They see the confidence in your presence. They'll ask how you did it. They'll assume you got lucky. They'll think something big must have happened. But you'll know the truth. It wasn't big. It was small. Small choices repeated in silence until they created a force that can't be stopped. That's momentum. That's what turns invisible effort into undeniable results. And that's what separates winners forever. While everyone else waits to feel ready, they work in silence until momentum makes them unstoppable. There comes a day when the silence finally breaks, not with noise, but with results. After weeks, months, maybe even years of being invisible, people start to notice. They see your confidence. They see your discipline. They see the results of a war they didn't even know you were fighting. And they're shocked, because they didn't see the early mornings. They didn't see the lonely nights. They didn't see you choosing the grind while they chose distractions. They just see the strength now, and they think it happened overnight. But you know the truth. It happened in silence. You didn't talk about what you would do. You did it. You didn't wait for motivation. You created it through consistency. You didn't beg for attention. You earned respect by outlasting everyone who stopped. And now you've become something rare, someone the world can't touch. Because when you build in silence, you build without ego. You build without fear. You build without needing anyone's permission. And what is built without ego cannot be destroyed by criticism. What is built without attention cannot be shaken by doubt. This is the hidden power of silence. It makes you bulletproof. While others built reputations, you built character. While they sought followers, you sought mastery. While they chased applause, you chased progress. And now you've become the kind of person who doesn't flinch when challenges come. Because challenges used to be your normal. Silence used to be your normal. Pressure used to be your normal. And when pressure is normal, you become unstoppable. The same people who once overlooked you now whisper your name. They wonder how you got here. They call you talented, as if talent built this. They call you lucky, as if luck stayed awake every night when you did. They'll never understand that this version of you was built in the dark with no praise, no permission, no shortcuts, only commitment. And the best part? You don't need to explain it. Because winners don't need validation. Their existence is proof enough. This is the moment when everything changes. Because now, you don't just have results, you have identity. You are no longer someone who tries. You are someone who executes. You are no longer someone who dreams. You are someone who builds. And from this place, success is no longer a question. It's a consequence. Because once you've become untouchable, nothing can pull you back to who you were. Not doubt, not fear, not failure. They can't reach you anymore. You've outgrown them. You've outlasted them. You've become everything they said you couldn't be, and you did it in silence. Think about this. Every name the world celebrates today, was once a name nobody knew. Every champion, every leader, every overnight success was once just a person working quietly in the dark while the world ignored them. They weren't chasing attention. They weren't waiting for applause. They were building something too sacred to be rushed, the future version of themselves. And that's what you're doing right now. Every late night, every early morning, every silent step forward when no one is watching and no one believes. You're laying bricks. Bricks of discipline, bricks of consistency, bricks of self-trust. And one day, you'll stand inside the life you built from all those silent hours. The same people who doubted you will say they always knew. They'll smile and call you lucky. They'll try to rewrite your story, but you'll know the truth. You didn't get lucky. You stayed silent and never stopped. Because winners don't talk about what they're going to do. They disappear. They go silent. They drown out the noise, lock in, and build until the results speak louder than any words ever could. And here's the thing. Silence is not weakness. It's power. It's control. It's choosing to move without permission. It's choosing to trust your vision more than their opinions. And that choice will set you apart from everyone. While they spend their lives talking, you'll spend yours becoming. While they chase likes, you'll chase legacy. While they beg to be seen, you'll quietly build something they can't ignore. Because here's the truth. You don't need the world to believe in you. You need to believe in you, and then do the work. And if you keep doing it, if you keep showing up while no one claps, if you keep pushing through silence while others are waiting for motivation, you will win. Not by chance, not by luck, but by choice. So let this be your moment, your turning point. The day you stop performing for the world and start building for yourself. Go quiet, go focused, go invisible if you have to. But don't stop, because one day, the world will see what you've built. They'll see the strength. They'll see the success. They'll see the greatness. And they'll say, "Where did this person come from?" And you'll smile, because you'll know the answer. You came from the silence. You came from the grind. You came from the place where winners are born.